welcome to the show. This is the Real Housewives of Orange County review, episode whatever it is. We know we're midway through the season as the mid-season trailer premiered this week. I am Chase. This is No Chaser TV, and welcome on back, honey. And with me, I got a blast from the past, child. One of my good colleagues down over at the Lean. However, she runs her own channel. This is Shantae of Captain for Create. I always do that wrong. Am I doing it right this time? Yes,
Yes.
Shantae from Captain for Creativity. Make sure that you guys follow her channel. Shantae, what's been the tea, girlfriend?
Just, enjoying the summer, what's left of it. Because some people already had to go back to school and work, but
Oh,
I'm on my last vacation. How are you?
I'm I'm doing well. I want to thank you for joining me. Do me a favor, go ahead and come out and come back in. I think it's a little choppy, but that's all right. We're gonna roll with the
Okay.
punches, just like Shannon's been doing. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I told y'all we're gonna get these episodes to you, and voila, whoop, there it is. You got all three of your episodes. Get into them, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and let her in. While I'm letting her in, what have you guys really been thinking about the Real Housewives of Orange County? We're already midway through the season, which means to me, they have over delivered, in my opinion. I just think it's been a great season. And I'm really looking forward to the second half of the season. And so we're going to go ahead and wait for Shantae to come back. While she comes back, I know y'all saw that picture I posted at the beginning. And I'm sorry. Y'all know how I feel about it already, but get freaking real, okay? All right, there we have it.
Is that
Captain.
better?
Much better. Yes, there we go, honey. We are cooking, we're rocking, and we're rolling, okay?
That's
All right, let's just go ahead and get right into it because the
good.
girls are still on their group trips, and I wanted to ask you, which group trip would you have went on?
Mm, I know I know they're really annoying,
They're not
but
annoying.
Gina's and yeah, them. I like
Gina,
the
Emily, Heather, and Shannon.
yes, Heather, yes. I like
I would have
Heather.
went with them too. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I hate Tamra so much. I hate to say that I hate a person, but I hate Tamra.
And it was fake. There wasn't they singing Kumbaya and making OnlyFans video at the same time. I was like, what is going on?
Kumbaya, my lord. Calm
What
down,
is
okay?
happening?
Like I wouldn't have been able to do it. And then Alexis every 5 minutes.
Mhm.
That's my Johnny J. It was just my Johnny J. Oh my God, we get
Mhm.
it. It's like she's never had a man before. Anyway, so they're both on their respective group trips. Shannon
Mhm.
talks about Johnny J suing her, and she has stacks of credit card bills and canceled checks that proves that she's paid for everything for the duration of their relationship outside of the one time he gave her that facelift and
Mhm.
sent her some money, which she thought was, like as a good gesture of faith, um,
Mhm.
because she's paid for everything else. So Heather says that Shannon's always told him that she's paid for everything, but she does wonder if Johnny J was actually ever into her, if he couldn't even pick up a tab. Not only that, she says they've
Mhm.
only heard one side of the story, and it would be interesting to hear Johnny J. So let's just go ahead and break some things down, right? Because I think she said the facelift was how much?
Well, I think what he's suing her for is 75,000
For a
total,
personal loan and the facelift, right?
right, for both. And I don't think he's right for that because especially if she's talking about she's spending like $10,000 at a time on trips for him and his family. And she's been footing the bill for so many things. And they're supposed to be in love. Why are you, keeping track like that,
What
So
here's what though, Shantae, and I know this is gonna be, you know how I am. I'm gonna just
mhm.
keep it how I like to keep it. Is Johnny J dead ass wrong? Absolutely, right?
Mhm.
But what it sounds like to me is if you have paid for everything for the entire duration of your relationship for years, and then someone comes up off of 75,000 for your facelift. Now the facelift could be deemed as a gift because really, can you go back and say, "Hey, I want to take this facelift back. I got the receipt for it."
Mhm.
Probably not. But if he gave you some money because you were down on your luck, back against the wind. Shout out, Medea. But if you were down on your luck, back against the wind, right? And he gives you money, and the nature of the relationship has always been you've paid for everything, you've given all the money, you've paid for this, you've done that, and then a person who historically has never given you any money, never paid for anything, never done anything, that means that they're a selfish person or they are just down on their luck back against the wind. But if they come up off of some money, 9 times out of 10, because they normally don't pay for anything, they most likely gonna want it back. That's just how selfish. That's how selfish
Mm.
bitch is. You get what I'm saying? And
That's
so we're not saying that.
true.
I'm not saying that Johnny J right, but I could see how in his mind, this ain't what I signed up for to give you no damn money. I want my money back.
So
You're supposed to pay for everything.
her money is their money, but his money is his money.
Absolutely. And according to
No.
Johnny J, according to Johnny J, now I'm not saying that's right. It's dead ass wrong. He's trifling. He's not a good man for that, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I can see where he would have thought that. Now I don't know if he made us sign a promissory note because it's gonna be hard to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
But she was in tears. Oof.
Oh yeah,
I
it was
felt
bad.
sorry for Shannon.
It was so bad. Um, she said that she spent $10,000 on a trip for him and his daughter and all those type of things, just
Mm-hmm.
being overly generous. Emily suggests that she offers him like 30,000 and tries to come up with a settlement. And this is when she comes into bursts into the tears. Oh wait,
Yeah.
before we move forward, I want to get into Heather ass because she ain't slick. Heather do not like Shannon because she says slick stuff like that. I'm sorry. Let's clock it. Oh, I will be interested to hear what the defense has to say or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you team Shannon, what the hell do you want to hear what he got to say for? We riding for Shannon. I don't want to hear nothing Johnny J got to say. You pay for everything. You my girl. I believe you. I'm down with you. I'm riding for you. Oh, but I also kind of want to get to you and know what he talking about too. You don't like Shannon. You never have and you never will.
But aren't they all afraid of Heather? Like, isn't she
Absolutely.
kind of like above them in a lot of ways in their mind? Maybe it's because of her money. Maybe it's because she,
She placed herself
has
up here
some
and
kind of power. But I feel like she does feel like she can sit in judgment of them. And they let her, So even though she was shady in that moment, she's kind of like Queen Bee vibes over there, right? I mean, I'm
not
rooting
to
for
me.
Shannon. I think exactly.
Not to
I think
me.
it's the Shannon show and Shannon season. But Heather DeBro act like she be running things. That's why I like that newbie that is trying
Katie.
to, regulate over there. And I don't think Heather's ready for that girl.
I think that she found someone that may almost slightly intellectually be on her level.
Right?
Because I think the bigger part of it is she has more money than them and all of those things, yes, and all of those things. But she also thinks she's the smartest person in the room.
It is.
So that's why she walks on airs. But I did want to go ahead and not call that out because if I have to break a scene down piece by piece to lay into somebody's ass, I would do it, won't
As you should.
I? As we should. Okay. Um, Yes. So as we were saying, Emily suggests that she offers a settlement of like $30,000 just to get him out of the way, so she doesn't have to go through a long, drawn out process. And
Mm,
that's when Shannon burst into tears and says she's not going to do it. She doesn't believe that she should have to pay him a dime, and she's
mm.
absolutely right in my opinion. Shannon
And she's
feels
already paying that lawyer too.
she got to, and that is what it is. It's the lawyer
Mm,
fees. And who's going to
mm,
reimburse her for that? Nobody. So I understand.
mm,
Shannon feels so overwhelmed with the love that she's receiving from that particular group that is unexpected because Gina and Heather hate her guts and Emily's just mean. So she was really surprised that they were so supportive considering everything that they've all been through. And they could have very well thrown it in her face, as Shannon kind of
mm,
has done to people like Gina, over the years. I think I was really
mm.
surprised that Gina has been so supportive of Shannon. But that, even though you think she allegedly eat people, I think that goes to show how nice of a person Gina can be when you see someone down and not kick them, i.e., unlike Tamra Judge.
But
What do you
Gina
think about
eating
that?
Jen up. Listen, Gina is eating Jen up every chance that she gets. So she's not
Wait
that
a
nice.
minute. Yeah, well, this is your first episode this season. You think that Gina was right for laying into Jen like that?
No, I
Oh,
think she is having all the smoke for Jen. So right now she don't got the energy to
Mhm.
have the smoke for Shannon. And I think she probably does have a little empathy. And I think she also remembers when Shannon did help her out a little bit. But right now her target is Jen. And she's gonna embarrass that girl every chance she get. And I think in some ways she might be a little jealous of Jen because Jen got her looks together. Jen, is physically and I guess like stereotypically what you would want a housewife of the OC to be,
She is
in
so
terms
OC,
of
OC housewife,
be
right?
exactly like she is what I think of. So I feel like Gina knows that she doesn't quite fit in that mold. And she wanted Jen to be broke, busted, and disgusted like her. When her stuff started falling apart. But Jen is like, listen, I'm gonna stay demure and mindful. I'm gonna get my hair done. I'm gonna do it all. And Gina can't take it. So I think right now she's so focused on Jen that she don't got the smoke for Shannon like that. But
Well, now I
she's
got an
mean
issue.
too.
I got an issue with Miss Demure and Mindful. Not Jen, but the person who got that going viral because now they're saying
Mm,
diva, and I've been saying diva over here
you
for a long
have.
time now. I don't like that because they were already accused of stealing Demure and Mindful from another content creator, and now you're saying diva. I got my eyes on you. Don't play with me, diva, because I
Oh.
exactly. Oh yeah, that goes see, girl. I am that diva you don't want it with. Okay. Um.
Yes. And the best to
Yes.
do it at that.
Huh?
And the best to do it at that.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. And I love you too. Oh, I said the L word. Oh, boy. I didn't say that. Y'all didn't hear it. But I really enjoy your work as well. Y'all make sure y'all go over there to her channel. I'm telling you, she got something for everybody. And before we get up out of here today, we're gonna figure out what's coming up next over the next week with you over there. Okay?
Yes. Love is
Okay.
Blind UK. That's what we do it. But
Oh
we'll
my
talk about
God.
it after.
She is like the love
Yeah.
is blind queen. Oh God. Okay.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Now over, not in the UK, but in Big Bear, Jen wishes her ex-husband and her friend could work it out with her so that they could, co-parent their children together. Her ex-husband Will is with her good friend Laura, and the way that she found out, seeing them in the car together, almost like it was soul food. And Terry saw Max with her with her boyfriend who she ended up marrying. It
Mm-mm-mm.
just was like, oh my God, like Jen, how can you be mad and mean to this woman? She is going through so much and she still continues to get up, put on a beat face, look good, and push through. And that shows to me that although she may or may not be the brightest light bulb in the room, she is the most resilient light bulb in that room because she is going through it
Mm-hmm.
and she don't look ounce, an inch of what she's going through. Now, before I turn over
Amen.
to you, I want to say that Tamara also shows Jen videos of Will and Laura, and it just pulls at my heartstrings to watch her in real time. Like we've watched her have so many moments in real time this season. We've
Mm,
watched her like in real time figure out, oh shit, the lady is calling me not because she likes me, she's calling me because she wants the money for this house. Like that was in
mm.
real time, because she was like, they won't return my phone calls or something like that. And she was like, well, she returns my phone calls. And everyone was like, because she wants her fucking money. She was like, oh. I'm like, that is so embarrassing. And now this, watching
Mm.
her friend, she was a friend of
I was thinking
mine.
of that song.
I can't believe it, can't believe it, can't believe it. Watching her friend and her husband, and I don't care what she say. I feel like she still love that man. But before I let you go, Tamara said that it also hurts to see that because her daughter don't want nothing to do with her, and I think her daughter may not have wanted something to do with her because of the way her mom acts on television. But that's just me. I don't know. And maybe that's
Mm.
low and below the belt, but that's where Tamara resides. So, what do you think about that whole scene over there in Big Bear with Jen?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, that girl was not her friend to begin with.
Did you?
And actually, it kind of made me think of Portia and Fallon for a
Oh,
second because I'm wondering, it's like, how could you be around? Because she said that girl was in her house, like helping her with things, right? Wasn't she
yeah, like
like,
they were close friends.
yeah, and
She knew
like
him. You know.
she she was sneaking around, smiling in
Yeah.
this lady's face, and she found out after the fact, like you didn't even have the decency to own up to it as a woman, you know. So it's just like, that
Do you
would have
watch
been
Love and Marriage
devastating.
Huntsville?
Sometimes I haven't caught up on the new season because I was kind of disgusted by like all the revenge porn and all that stuff. But I've watched every season except this new one, and I'm starting to catch back up. And R.I.P. to Kiki, like she died too, so I don't know how like it's looking now. It's just I'm scared to watch the new season because of like all the stuff, all the
Okay.
drama around it.
Well, I was gonna say, Destiny, this
Mm.
is a friend who stole somebody, man.
Mm.
Because you know, Destiny and Sunny are having that. We were friends, we weren't friends. That was my man, that wasn't your man
Mm.
thing. This is what it looks like. That's what it
Yeah.
feels like. That is what it is. Um, Now, Gina and Emily are at pickleball and they had it out. Emily says that Gina threw her off because when the season first started, it was all Katie's so great. Katie's the best. Katie says go this
Mhm.
way. Katie says go that way. Katie. And now she has one sit down with Heather and it's fuck Katie. I don't know her. I hate her. We
Mhm.
haven't been friends that long. I don't like her. She's stupid. And Emily thinks that Gina will fall on her sword for Heather and kiss Heather's ass. Gina says that, well, you need to work on not being so mean all the time because you've been hanging out with Tamara and you guys are having a bitch off to see who could be the biggest bitch in the friend group.
Mm.
Um, Emily says that's not true because when you met me, I was mean and aggressive. So I don't know what you are talking about and why you're just now realizing that this is who I am to the core of me, a mean, nasty, vile person with nary a storyline of my own. And so then I read her. Emily, that was personal. I don't like Emily. Okay. So Emily says that Heather tells Gina to get on her knees, and she just freaking does it. She just does it, just gets on her knees. And Gina says, you know what? Everybody effing hates me. I can't take it. She hates me. This one hates me. That one hates me. Travis is mad at
Mm.
me. I can't take it. I gotta go. And she makes her grand exit as the sprinklers cut on. Epic. Um, what did you think? Well, no, let me just go ahead and break the whole scene down. So Shannon and Heather are listening from inside the house, and they're like, "We're not going out there. We don't know what they got going on." Thank God it's not us for one scene.
Yes.
And a tearful Gina says that she feels she has to walk on eggshells around her friend Emily because Emily has been so mean and she does not want what happened with Tamara and Shannon to happen to them. Emily reminds her that, hey, when it counts and the chips are really down, like the situation with you and what's Gina's boyfriend name? Travis. I'm there
Mm.
for you and I'm always going to be there for you. And I'll just be honest with you, we would never be like Shannon and Tamara because they're dysfunctional nut jobs. So what do you think about that?
When I was watching the two of them fight, I was like, "Is the pot meeting the kettle
Oh my
right
God.
now?" And I was sick of both of them because Emily, she is very mean and vile, you know, and all of that. I don't think she needs Tamara to be that way. And Gina, you be right there being me right with her. So how dare you, you know, sit there and say how she's being so nasty when it's like you're so nasty yourself this season. Like it's very hard to watch both of them. And just the fact that they're falling out over who's meaner is ridiculous. And then when Gina was playing victim, talking about Travis is mad at her, it's like, yes, you're kicking him and his kids out. Like, what do you expect? Like, he's
And you're like,
actually
but I want to be with
handling it
you.
very
No, you
well.
don't.
Yes. Like, I don't get Gina. Like, she's not nobody's victim, and she is not nobody's, you know, judge
Let me
of
tell you something.
meanness.
You just pointed out something
Mm-mm.
about Gina. She is the queen of the switch up.
Yes.
Her and Travis were down, well, down bad, but Travis had it going on more than Gina did, and
Mm.
Travis helped Gina in her time of need. Do you hear what I'm
Mm.
saying to you? He helped her in her time of damn need. And as
Mhm.
soon as she got a leg up in society, as soon as she got a little coin in that bank account, we can't stand this casita anymore. I'm gonna quit Chili's. We don't have to eat people anymore allegedly. Me and my children are out of here, okay? And leaves his head spinning like a top in whatever's left for the summertime, right? That's one. So count one, right? Two.
Mhm.
She told Katie, she did. She encouraged Katie before filming started to expose the pictures of Terry and Heather at Disneyland. I believe that wholeheartedly because when these girls have friends coming onto the show, they try to help them stay on the show and say, "Well,
Mhm.
you should do this, you should do that. Oh, you know about that, you should bring that up. You should do this."
Mhm.
And then when the shit hit the fan, and she realized, "Oh my God, I'm going to be implicated in this because me and Heather have made up now, and I don't want any parts of Heather anymore. I'm not going back to the poorhouse." What does she do on Katie? If you don't tell her, I'm going to tell her. And then Katie tells her, and then she gets mad that Katie told. I'm like, what? Like she switched
Yeah.
up on Katie. That's two. After she encouraged that girl to do that through under the bus. That's two, right? And then Emily and Gina, the whole beginning of this season, ragdoll poor Jen and were
They
mean and
did.
talked about her like a dirty dog every freaking episode. And now all of a sudden it's, oh my God, you're too mean. We
Exactly.
were just being mean together 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? Gina, you nasty. And see, and just because Gina's having this "I'm being nice this season" thing, Gina, Gina's looking out for self. You know what I really feel like it is? I don't think
But
that Gina thought she was coming back this season, and now she's doing whatever she got to do. Because I didn't think Gina was coming back. Did you?
no. And her confessionals look like she wasn't ready to come back. I hate seeing her with that little metallic dress and then that
Oh,
lopsided hairstyle. She was not ready. Like, she
looking
probably
like an
didn't
Uncle
know she
Luke
was.
video.
Yeah.
She looked
I
like,
was
what is
like,
this?
what in the Baps? Like, I don't know what it is. Like,
Me so
something
corny.
about it. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I don't know what she's doing. And I don't think she was ready to come back. But she's here. She needs to check. And she has
Mm-mm.
no business running down on Emily like that and then trying to play victim at the end. Like, girl, every single person that's mad at you is mad at you for good
For a
reason.
good reason.
So,
But they are having a mean off, and I still think Emily
mhm.
won the mean off because Gina left and got the sprinklers put on her. Alexis talks to Katie, and Katie says that she's the innocent one in all of this crap going on with Gina and Heather, and she doesn't want angst with Heather because they're in the same friend group. Meanwhile,
Poor
Jen
Tata.
tries to talk Tamara into being nicer to Shannon and delivering tough messages with love. And that is the caveat to whatever Tamara thinks she's doing over the years. When you saw it with Vicky and Brooks, even if she was right, the way she went about it was so mean and nasty. The way that she went about Jen and Will and Ryan and all of that last season was horrible. The way she's going about the Shannon situation is horrible. And it's just like, at this point, this is who you are, to my opinion, to the core. And I think that
Yeah.
Shannon Tamara almost wanted to cuss Gina in that moment for suggesting that, but she was like, "Let me not cuss this girl out because we doing all right."
Yeah.
Poach, I just Poach Jen. I just keep her around. I love Jen. We need
I
someone like that on
just,
this cast. Heather is confused by Gina's flip flopping all around, and I tend to agree with Heather on this. Maybe she thinks that things are worse at home for Gina than Gina's telling the group. That's always interesting that people always insinuate there's something going on at home. No, I just whatever. It is just me and you, girl. There ain't nothing going to my house. I don't even have a house. I have a casita.
it's too much.
I just don't want to hear it in your mouth. That's what I feel like. It was, oh shit, I'm gonna have to have them out about this because I knew I didn't say anything. Let me just go ahead and try to get in front of it because it's already far gone. But whatever. Anyway, maybe things are worse at home. Everyone is leaving, and Alexis is starting to yell, "The gloves are coming off! The gloves are coming off!" And Tamara's like, "Child, I don't want no parts of that shit. Let me go on downstairs."
Yes.
I was like, "That's such a natural reaction," because some people turn around and be like, "Are you okay?" Tamara was like,
No.
"I've been doing this too long. I don't want to hear this shit." But guess who does turn around? The new girl. So Katie checks on her, and Alexis is upset with Shannon. However, she can't say what has pushed Johnny J to the limit for the gloves to come off. Now, Alexis yells, "We have the footage. We have the footage," and it will ruin her life. Alexis is crying and shaking and throwing up while this is happening. It just was a lot. Did you have anything you want to say about Alexis and Katie and this? We got the footage and stuff.
Well, two things. Tamara, She needs to try compliment sandwiches. If she claims she cares, she loves people so much, she's not supposed to beat people over the head with like the worst things about themselves, even if it's true. Can you be a little gentle? Can you like work on how you care for your friends? Like you cannot claim to love people and then like want to hurt them and ragtag them with the truth like that. Like try a compliment sandwich, something, right? And
Build versus build.
yeah, and I understand like there is kind of this school of thought that especially when you're dealing with people that are struggling with addiction that like you should give them tough love, make them hit rock bottom, all of that. But I don't even think that's Tamara's place when it comes to Shannon because you're this ex- accessory kind of to her life, especially with the Trace Amigas and all that stuff. So it's like you are stopping her from getting a bag that might help her, get into rehab and all these things like that. So it's like I don't buy what Tamara's saying with the tough love thing because if it was really love, she would have a little more empathy. And we'll talk about like the meetup at the end, but then when it comes to Alexis, she needs to get a life because it's definitely giving that she wants Shannon's money or skin or something because it's like, how are you in legal drama with this girl twice now? Like, it's crazy. And you messing with her man. You took her money once before. You trying to like grift and do it again through this man. Like, I really, really question Alexis' supposed Christianity. Like, it's too much because even if that man has legitimate claims against Shannon, that's not your business. Like, why are you going so hard and crying and like having convulsions? Like, she looked like she's possessed by an evil spirit on that
The
bed,
spirit
like
of
when
Johnny
she's
J.
crying. Yeah, it's too much. Like, you are doing way too much, especially for a supposed Christian and especially for someone who's done this before. Like, right now, you look like a grift and it's see through. Like, you cannot possibly tell me that she's not like wanting this lady's skin. It's too much. Sorry, that's
You are a mom,
it.
correct? You're a
It's too
mom,
much.
correct?
Mm-mm-mm.
You heard me?
What happened?
I said you're a mom, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
I
Did you hear the
am.
toy?
What happened?
You didn't hear the toy going off in the background?
I know it was the vacuum. It decided to try to
Oh,
come by. It's a
oh,
little
I'm sorry. I
electric
thought it was
vacuum
like
and
a kid
everything.
with a
Though.
toy. So I was like, that is so cute. Okay.
Sorry.
So Gina tries to explain that you can't force someone into sobriety. Tamara, as the girls are meeting up
Mm,
individually from different friend groups now that they're back in the OC. You can't force
mhm.
someone into sobriety. And Gina shares her own story and struggles with alcohol that she had and things like that drove her back to the bottle. Tamara said that Shannon's manipulation and lying is too much for her to deal with. And Gina says her situation again caused her to drink more. And Tamara just thinks she needs tough love. And it's like, how's that working out? It's not. So maybe you should what? Fine tune your approach. I don't know. It just
Mhm, mhm.
Katie tells Emily while she's meeting up with Emily that Alexis told her that Johnny J has footage of Shannon almost running his daughter over. Oh my gosh. Emily is now wondering if they are so happy, why is Johnny J and Alexis so busy worried about Shannon? That's blackmail, and I wouldn't pay him a link. I wouldn't pay him a link.
Mhm.
I would drag this out to the scene air and use that in court. Boom. I told him I didn't want to pay it, and this is what he's doing. And Alexis is going saying around saying that her and Johnny J feel like it'll ruin my damn life if it gets out. So Katie kind of did her a favor by just saying what it was, so now they can't use it against her.
Yes.
And now you can't get these 75,000 G's because you're trying to get me to give you this money under duress using blackmail, saying that I gave you a loan and I deserve to pay you and I need to pay you because if I don't pay you, you're going to send me a video of me almost running over your damn daughter. First of all, Shannon, you got a drink problem. I was going to wait, but I can't wait because what the fuck? Almost run over his daughter? You ran into a
that
house. You almost, like she put a lot of people in danger that night. Not only that, that's crazy, but also this is blackmail. Go ahead.
No, I'm more on the side that is blackmail, allegedly, right? Because what is the daughter doing
Oh,
there? If
allegedly,
two
yes.
grown people is having a fight, because it did seem like a lover's quarrel, he was allegedly, right, yelling at Shannon, and she revved the engine, whatever, to carry on. It's like, what was the daughter doing there? Like, it's giving entrapment. I don't care about the footages at this point. Like, everybody knows Shannon has a drinking problem. She got the DUI to prove it. Why are you, holding this video, whatever it is, over her head? What was the daughter doing there in the first place? Like, I don't know. It's all given a grift and a scheme to me. So I hope she doesn't give him a dime. And I
But you
do
better
think
to
it
die
does
for it.
sound
You better
like
to get hit by a car for them $75,000. Good Lord.
it's too much. There are people like that. My uncle, he said somebody tried
Oh,
to like run out in front of his car. Like they were waiting to try to, get hit by it too soon. It's like some people are like that. And like I said, that Alexis, it being the second lawsuit, and like she knowing about these tapes, and that man using Shannon's money like that all along is giving grift. And I don't care what the footage is, Shannon should not be shook by it. She needs to hold her ground and not give that man a red cent. It's too
they
much.
must think that she's a sucker born every minute at this point, right? Good
Right?
Lord. Um, geez Louise. Okay, give me 1 second. Um, where are we? Okay, yes. Jen and Ryan are getting pedicures, and excuse me, she tells him about them setting up an OnlyFans for her because she needs a job. Um, and since he's so particular about his feet, she feels that maybe he could set up an OnlyFans for that. And then she goes out and says, well, he may already have one, since everyone's worried about what he does for a living and he's so secretive about it.
Yeah, I'm worried
Jen,
for Jen. We gotta pray for Jen.
but not only that, because she ain't got no damn sense. Let me tell you why she ain't no sense. You ready?
Yeah.
If you feel like this man may be doing something unscrupulous, right?
Mm.
Why would you go question that on television if you're the direct beneficiary of that? You trying to mess up your bag, lady?
Yeah,
I'd
we
be like, I
gotta
don't know
pray
what
for
the hell
Jen.
going on. Erica Jane didn't know what's going on, and neither do I.
I know it's a
Pay
lot.
my bills. Thank you. Don't tell me nothing about I don't want to know. I do not want to know where you work at. I don't want to know.
She
Please
gotta be
don't
like
tell me.
Phaedra. Move away from me with this. I don't know nothing about that
You got my
job.
job. I'm having a good damn day today. Do not bring up that job to me, okay?
She gotta
Thank
talk
you.
to Phaedra.
As far as I know, you like Tommy from Martin. You ain't. Yeah, no. I don't even know what you do. I don't. You know what? I don't care. Leave me out of it. All right. Now,
Mhm.
Ryan brought up something I wanted to ask you because how many children do you have again?
I got the one, my baby
Oh,
boy. Shout out
okay,
to
yes.
him.
So I wanted to ask you this because he says that as the kids called her asking her could they do something crazy, TPing, I
Mhm.
guess, I don't know, it was crazy. Um, that he said that she does not always have to give in to everything they want. Like
Mhm.
one wants this, one wants that, one wants this, one wants that, and she'll do it all individually for them. And she says, "Hey,
Mhm.
this is what I do as a mom. I was a stay-at-home mom, and this is what I know. So those are my kids, and this is what I do." Do you agree with that? Because I don't have children, so I could say I agree with him, but until I have, oh my God, what you want? You want hamburger? Oh my God, you want sausage? Okay, I get the hamburger and I'm gonna get your sausage. I love y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know.
every parent is different, but in terms of this TP thing, like she needed to encourage him not to do that because from what I understand, isn't TP taking your good toilet paper
Yeah, and
and
TP in somebody's house.
vandalizing other
And
people's
she happened, she was
property?
like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't do that in daylight. How about you shouldn't do it at all? Damn it, go sit your ass in the house.
Exactly. And waste up the good toilet paper. We just got evicted. What are you doing? Like wasting the resource? It's too much. No. So she has to get a hold on them children. This is not the time to be wasting anything around there because they gotta save money and save
That
resources
is
before they get
hilarious. They definitely
put
just got
out on the
evicted.
street and gotta be on the child line again. No. So yeah, she gotta get a grip of them children.
Good times. And if she knows what's best for her, she
Yes.
may want to vote for Kamala Harris because Trump gonna get rid of food stamps, child. You better just go ahead and vote for Kamala, child. Okay.
Yes.
Anywho, Tamara is going to meet with Shannon, and she's happy to hear that Shannon has been doing well, as the ladies have been telling her. But she is upset that she had to reach out to Shannon first.
Mm.
Heather is happy that Shannon is going to meet with Tamara because maybe she can start filming with Tamara and leave her the hell alone. That's what I got out of that. I just gotta be honest with you. But she says it makes it difficult for the friend group to be a friend group when
Mm.
these two who are so central to the friend group are feuding. Um, So the ladies sit down, and Tamara just gets right into it. Tough love. Tamara says, "Listen, I really hope that you would have been the one to reach out to me, and I'm disappointed I had to reach out to you." And Shannon says, "Excuse me, the last time we saw each other, you were yelling all my business out in front of everybody at dinner at a
Mm.
restaurant. So why would I call you? You need to call me." And Shannon is absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. And it's the Shannon show. So yes, you have to kiss the ring. They ain't talking about kissing Heather Dubrow's ring. They have to kiss Shannon's ring because this is her show. This is her season. I'm sure producers told Tamara, listen, you
You know
gotta
what I
you
honestly
gotta
think?
tap back in because if you don't get on this good storyline, this good natural drama, you gonna get cut out a lot. And I think Tamara, she's very savvy. She always, wants to make her moments. Even that thing where she was crying about being erased, that wasn't even her moment. She made it about
She
her.
made it about her.
So I didn't think that she would stay away from Shannon for too long. So of course, Shannon, should have distanced herself from Tamara for being that rude and that negative. But Tamara is delusional for thinking that Shannon should have contacted her first. But she wants her scenes. She wants her, moment on the camera. So she had to definitely talk back to Shannon because it's Shannon's season.
But here's what, though, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think Tamara thinks she's savvy. Look at how the cards
Mm-hmm.
aligned this season. On the outside looking in, we thought Shannon was going to get her ass kicked this season, right? Because all of a sudden Tamara and Shannon fall out. All of a sudden Tamara's
Mm-hmm.
hanging out with Alexis. Oh my God! Now this is the season after years of rumors that Alexis will be coming back. This is the season that Alexis comes back. Oh my God! Alexis is now dating Johnny J, who's been taking Shannon through it in the press recently. Shannon hits this house. All of this stuff is going on. Then remember, her and Gina had the feud about Gina being drunk and drinking too much. We thought that Gina was going to get down on her about DUI. Heather don't really like her like that. Emily is mean. Jen is not going to be really like. Jen is like bringing a one-legged man to her ass kicking contest. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like the Vicky's not a full-time housewife, so she can't really be there to protect and stand up for Shannon. So it looks like on the outside coming in, Tamara had the cards set up for it to be like a beatdown on Shannon's season. And I don't think she was expecting, as she does these interviews in the press and watching these episodes back, that the edit so heavily favored Shannon.
But that's what people was gonna tune in for.
Yeah, I'm just
When
saying. I don't
that
think she
DUI hit
expected it.
the
I don't think she
news,
expected the edit to go that way. I don't.
no, but Alexis can't even hold a scene, much less a sentence. Did you see her at the breakfast? They're like, "How you like your eggs?" She's like, "I'm in menopause. I like soda. I like jelly beans." And it's like, why did you think
I'm
people
gonna
would
say, girl,
want
give me
to
a moment.
watch
I'm
and listen
rusty.
to Alexis
I've
over
been done this since
Shannon?
season 8. Give me a minute. I'm rusty. It's
Mm-mm.
been almost 10 years since I've been on the show. I'm a little rusty.
Yeah, well, you're right in that Tamara miscalculated. She hitched her cart
Definitely
to the wrong
miscalculated.
horse.
I did
Cause,
not expect Gina to be so
mm,
supportive of Shannon. I didn't.
yeah.
That was something that backfired. I don't think she probably didn't even consult with Gina because it's Gina. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not talking to her, like whatever. But you would just
Mhm.
automatically think the way that they ended that reunion last season when Shannon showed up looking like Shaniqua. Okay, uh, that this was going to be Jimily. Oh my God, it's going to be Gina's. Oh, I just gave him a name, Jimily.
You shipped them. You gave him a ship name.
But this would have been Gina's season to kick Shannon's ass, and she had it dangled in front of her, and she opted not to do that. So I don't know. Anywho, uh, Shannon says, "Well, you ought to be. I'm surprised that you would think I would reach out to you after you defamed me." And then Tamara says, "That's only defamed you. That's only defamed you." And it's like, this is what the fuck we talking about. What are you doing?
Yeah, too much.
Like, what are you
Always.
doing? And so Shannon's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm mocking you." And it's like, come on, dog. This ain't that old school housewives stuff. That's played out. We don't. You look childish.
Yes.
Because this is a serious matter. Oh, this is a serious matter. This is a serious matter about someone's livelihood, someone's life or death hanging in the balance, their sobriety. You get what I'm saying? It's just different. Like,
Mhm.
and it's supposed to be your good girlfriend. She didn't say anything mock worthy. She just said you defamed me, and you did. You went out there
She
saying
did.
all of her business. And she continued to do so in this sit down, Shantae. So
Mhm.
she says that Shannon says, excuse me, I'm sorry. Tamara then says, after she mocks her, I mean, are you sober? And Shannon said, maybe I have maybe like a rum or two drinks. Lie. Um, I just felt like she was lying. I don't know. And then Shannon says, if she does have a drinking problem, she will review it. Maybe if you almost ran over somebody's daughter, hit somebody's house, have poor Archie flinging around in the back seat, and now he look like he just don't want to be going to glory. He's sick of you. You got a DUI for it. I would think that would constitute that I have a drinking problem.
Yeah, it's hard to admit that stuff. I'm telling you.
Now, one thing about the now,
Especially, no, go
shit,
ahead.
I'm gonna say one thing about the now. It is a river, and Shannon
Mhm.
drinks it up quicker than those two drinks mixed with her Diet Coke. Okay, she is drunk off the now. Okay, you were saying
But if that's her way to cope still, it's like
no,
she has to get to the point where
she does.
she herself realizes that it's hurting her more than it's helping her.
That would
And
frustrate me though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
it'll be up to her to want to change because right now
Absolutely.
she's thinking it's helping. She's thinking it's taking the edge off. It's letting her in court and in jail, yes, but the days that it's not, she's still using it and relying on it. So until she sees that
She has to do something. She
she
has to get
can't
back
live
in
the
the
same
feng
way.
shui. Did you watch her first season?
I watched OC since when it was Slade and all of them.
Okay. Remember her first
Yeah.
season and her tagline was, "When life gives you lemons, put nine in a bowl," because she was on the feng shui and balance. And maybe she should go back to that or something because this alcohol thing is not working for her.
Yeah, for
Um,
real.
Shannon says, she said, Tamara then says, so is thinking alcohol not an issue? Whew. Shannon says she's only done that once. And she's seen Tamara in compromising situations when Tamara is on alcohol. And see, I gotta be honest, I understand why Tamara frustrated because we're talking about you. We're talking about your liquor issues, your stuff,
Mm,
we're talking about you. And so instead of you accepting accountability and, having this conversation being accountable, you are trying to flip it around on me and kind of taunt me with times that you see me be messed up when I'm not the one who got everything going on. So you don't see me drunk, but you ain't never see me have no damn drinking problem. And that's
mhm.
the difference. However, I'm gonna just say this. See, this Tamara would be right if she did not use that girl's situations to jab at her and to throw shots at her and to throw stones and uncover things to the public that is not known, not under the guise of being concerned. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
so concerned for you. You hit this house. This is going on. You're sneaking liquor. You're being mean. You're being nasty. You're being hateful, and you're throwing it out to have a gotcha moment and to try to like make yourself look good in this situation when again as you mentioned Tamara has a knack for making situations that are not about her and it's not about how you look in the situation, it's about what we're going to do about you and this problem you got.
Yeah.
Did you have anything you want to say before I moved on?
Yeah, it's just that energy of making everything a gotcha moment. That's not what Shannon needs. And it's always going to make someone be defensive rather than receptive to what you have to say. And it's just like, Tamara. switched up her tune by the end of the conversation when she realized that Shannon is dealing with a lot. And when you don't have the tools to cope, it's very dangerous. Like, not to, be super dramatic, but people unalive themselves for less drama. And she's dealing with so much, so you can't poke, 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 jab, jab, jab so much. Like, it can't be that tough a love where it's like, you're basically stabbing a girl while she's bleeding already. You got to have a little compassion.
Yeah.
And I think producers got in Tamara's ears. The other girls try to get in her ears a little bit. So she's easing up a little bit now. But that nasty side of Tamara is always there. She's a little bit of a piece of work.
Yeah, absolutely. So Shannon does something different instead of yelling and going off the deep end and ordering a vodka with Diet Coke. People think that's weird, but I used to drink vodka and Coke all the time, or like not rum and Coke, but like vodka and Coke, and it's like Coke with a little bit of vodka in it. And they used to get me. Mm, so I know they're going on with Shannon. I know what's going on, baby. It's like Wanda from Holiday Heart when she was like, "That's a hell of a drink." So she's strong. She's a strong woman taking those drinks. Anyway, she gets up and disengages from the conversation, which is new for Shannon, and goes to the bathroom and then unravels. But she unraveled in the bathroom, and as she's unraveling in the bathroom, upset that Tamara is kicking her while she's down, Tamara wonders loudly if Shannon went to have a drink.
Yeah. That jab is like, why?
Nasty. Um, Shannon comes back to the table and says that she's digging herself out of a hole and feels that Tamara is one of the people that is pushing her back into the hole. She says, contrary to Tamara's belief, Shannon's had the most support that she's ever had in her entire life. And I think that that was the first thing that Shannon said that actually hurt Tamara's feelings because Tamara has
Mm,
been there for her day and night for the last 10 years.
I
And
didn't.
when she wasn't on the show, Shannon did throw her away like a pack of dirty socks. I don't know what you want to say, like a pack of trash. That she may be allegedly. I don't know. I want to say that she's trash, but she threw out like yesterday's newspaper. And now that she's back on the show, she's been dealing with her, and the cycle continues. And Tamara has
Mm,
been the one for her there for her, not Heather, not Gina, not Emily. Tamara. So that did
mm.
hurt her feelings. Um, and she says, "You know what? I'm actually not yelling, and you're the one who's been yelling." And I'm like, what the fuck? Is Tamara conscious in the conversation, or did she have some rehearsed talking points that she was going to bring up? Because Tamara's been the one yelling.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Shannon ends it by saying, "You know what? Oh no, she doesn't end it by saying anything." Um, to end this portion of the scene, though, Shannon says, "Oh yeah, one night you're finally calm, but 2 nights ago you were yelling my head off, telling everybody my business at dinner, acting like an asshole." So, what did you think about that when Shannon leaves and comes back and Tamara takes the jab and then Shannon hits the bomb with, "I've had the most support I've ever had in my entire life." I actually thought that that was kind of um, messed up of Shannon to say because I do know for a fact that, as we've seen over the years, Tamara has been there for that girl day and night, whether it was a detriment to her own relationship at times. So I didn't think that was cool.
Yeah, and I think you're right that that hurt Tamara because Tamara even said it like, "What about those times you were on the phone with me?" And even setting up the whole Trace Amigos for them to all get a bag together. You know that Tamara has been there for her kind of before, but I think especially when the cameras turn on, especially this season, Tamara, she will take making a moment, and being, the mean queen that she supposedly is over the care that, she should show. And she probably has shown behind closed doors, but it's like, don't embarrass me like that when you know the world is watching, So I see both sides, but when it comes to Shannon, I have been impressed with her all season for how strong she's been in moments where I thought she might crack up again. Like even from like the first episode where, Alexis confronted her, saying, "I got your man now, you just jealous now." And Shannon, stood her ground and was like, "He's after my money. That's why I'm at," even though, she was bothered by,
Oh, she was
the
so
whole
bothered
thing.
by it.
Yeah, and even with Tamara, like, she had her little, breakdown in the bathroom, but she stood her ground with Tamara. So I really think Shannon is becoming a force to be reckoned with as a housewife. And I love to see the housewife grow. And as much as she's made a horrible mistake with the DUI, she is slowly trying to get stronger and showing that she has some strength about her. So Tamara should encourage that. But who knows? Tamara can't help herself. Right now, she's acting nice, and I'm glad that again Shannon is advocating for herself, and it's really Shannon's season. Like she's doing phenomenally in terms of like the housewife drama and navigating how to handle these girls and her
After 10 years,
problems.
thank God, finally. But
Mm-hmm.
well, I guess whenever you learn a lesson, long as you learned it.
All right.
I guess. Yeah. So Shannon says that they made an offer before she got there to Johnny J to settle, and he rejected the offer, saying that he wanted $75,000 and not a penny less, and that if she needed to, she could make payments. And hell no, she won't go make any payments to Johnny J. He has her fucked up.
Yeah.
And I just had to put it like that because that's what it is. And she tearfully explains this, and so now she's embroiled, excuse me, in another financial situation, having to pay out money, potentially facing having to pay out a lot of money to someone else. At that point, that's what Tamara heard was money, which shows you what she's motivated by, and it's like, oh my god, I went
Yeah.
through that last situation with you, boo, and I can't. I know what you're going through, diva, and I'm not here for it. So we'll go ahead and drop this for now, and let me give you a hug because that is jacked up. So they
It is.
tearfully embrace, and then uh, Tamara says, "You know what? She's down. I'm going to go ahead and take my foot off her neck for a little bit," and she invites Vicky and Tamara to her event coming up soon. Um,
Tres
what do you think?
amigas.
Yeah. Or do you think it's gonna be the Tres Amigos, or do you think all hell's gonna break loose?
I think unless Shannon kind of primes Vicky, you know, about this new level of progress. It might be a little drama, with Vicky and
So Vicky gonna want to
Tamara.
go.
That
Vicky trying to get that orange bag.
yes, so I want to see Vicky. I'm curious as to what she would do. I hope Shannon doesn't prime her, so she just goes in with all
What the hell?
whatever emotions blazing. But Shannon might prime her, which might make it less dramatic. So we gotta see. We gotta see.
Do you think that Tamara making up with Shannon was genuine?
No, like I said, I think that the producers got in her ears. The girls were trying to get in her ears, so she's like, I guess it's not playing the way I thought it would.
And it's too late. The
Because
damage, the damage is done, Diva. We're over you.
yes, I think she would have went with that whole tough love. I'm doing this because she don't need nobody in the neighborhood. I think she would have went down with that ship, but she wasn't getting enough scenes. And in the scenes that she did get, the girls started to get on her about it. So I definitely think production and the girls got in her ear to make her do it. But she would have done it without that.
I don't know if it was genuine. I do think that there is a love
Mm-hmm.
there for Shannon, but it's Tamara, so we will have to see whether or not it's genuine. I don't know. Tamara is motivated. I feel like a lot of her moves, if it's 100%, 95% of her moves are based off of what she thinks is good for the show. So I don't know if it's genuine, but I do think that there was a real friendship there, the other 5%. So I don't know. But we'll figure it out. Thank you guys for tuning in with us here on this recap. Shantae, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Campaign for Creativity YouTube channel. We doing Love is Blind UK right now. The reunion is August 26th, so catch up on the episodes. Say how you feel about it in the comments. And then we coming back with Salt Lake City on the lean, right? When it come out.
Yeah, you're on the lead for Salt Lake
Man.
City. I'm not on
Yes, yes,
that
yes, yes,
panel,
yes.
but Child Salt Lake City is a mess, honey. So y'all have at it. With that being said, make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe to both channels, and turn on the notification bells. and let us know what you thought about this particular episode of the OC. And we'll see you guys back again for our Thursday night late lives, like we like to do them. And finish out the rest of the season, which is almost over. Yay! With that
And
being
register to
said,
vote. Register to vote if you ain't registered yet. And
you
make a
heard
plan
us.
to
Do
vote.
it. All right, you guys. With that being said, I'm struggling to find the end button, but when I find it, we're gonna be out of here, child. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, there we go. End.